Okay, we're back live here on a special Thursday USA morning edition of the Beef and Barnzy show. Once again, I am joined by internet personality, two-time titleist, 10-time Weber Cup participant, and he does have a better than 500 record, he likes to remind me. Steve Williams, how's it going, dude?
It's going really well. My record might stop being better than 500 if Simonson and Troop keep going at it.
Well, we've gone to fives, and so we've brought you a little support onto the show today. And this gentleman is he's a five-time titleist, including the 2012 PBA World Championship. He has 13 EBT titles. He's been a part of the Weber Cup since 2007. He's the twin fin and probably known as the strongest man in bowling, at least on the PBA tour. Osku Palermaa.
Hello, guys.
How are you?
Pretty good.
So Tina's bored today. We went with the Matrix theme for you because we always laugh that you only see numbers. You have a innate ability with numbers, don't you?
I do process numbers pretty quick, yes.
I always remember when we were traveling, and Paul Moore used to travel with us quite a bit, and Paul loves doing Sudoku puzzles. And Oscar would lean over and go, like, he'd sit next to Paul on the plane, he'd lean over and go, "That's a 6." And he's like, "How do you know that's a 6?" And he'd go, "Well, that's a 4, that's a 2, that's a 1, so that must be a 6." And Paul would just like turn the page and go to the next one and be like,
There's nothing better than making fun of the lefties.
I agree. Actually, that sounds perfectly fine. I'm a little simpler, obviously, so I just think you look good.
Does that mean your sign? Does that mean you're Swedish?
No, that's for you, not for me. I don't make sense.
It's not at my house. It's at your house, so it means you're
no.
This or European.
It's for you. Mine is over here.
Yeah, look, he's got his Captain America shirt.
Yeah, Captain America, or like Ida calls you, Captain Underpants.
Yeah.
So, with this break, you've been in Sweden, and they've been doing the pretty much the opposite of the rest of the world. What have you been up to? What's been going on? How's the bowling been going?
It's different. Obviously, not traveling at all for 4 months it's not what we're used to. But it's given me a chance to play a lot of different sports, hit the gym and such. So I've actually been doing a lot of frisbee golf and paddle tennis during this time.
So have you seen that the most famous disc golf shot of all time, where that guy?
I saw that guy.
One tree and another tree and he nails it. That's incredible.
Yeah, it went really viral now in June, and I think it's had like 30 or 40 million views.
Do you know what we're talking about, Chris? Did you see this on ESPN?
I did not.
So this guy's basically the whole. You know what disc golf is, obviously.
Yeah.
The hole goes this way, and then it goes this way, and you can't. Just a bunch of trees, and the guy flings it, and it curves around the first set of trees, and then it goes back the other way, and he has a hole in one.
Yeah,
it's like the hole must be like 250 or 300 yards easily.
Oh, it's longer than that. I would guess 400. But yeah, it's
just madness,
ludicrous.
He literally probably could have done that about 500 times, and he would have lost his frisbee like more times than he got it in.
Oh, for sure.
Mark Baker joining us this morning, too. He's in the cheap seats. He's the opposite of what's going on there. They just kind of shut down California. Bowling centers are closed again for 21 days. So
yeah, it's sad.
I'm sure.
I just wish they could find us a solution that didn't involve just panic shutting everything down every time, because it just doesn't seem like that's viable. So,
Oscar, 25,000 rioters last week probably didn't have anything to do with that. So I'm sure the theaters and the bowling centers need to be shut down. So,
you've been on a pretty good season this year, Osku.
Yeah, getting in better shape physically, and it's starting to show up. So I was obviously, as everybody said, the season went off, but we do what we have to. But yeah, I'm getting back. I'm not 100% yet, but on the way to the right place.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that I've noticed most is like your good weeks are now better. Like that's the key to making money really on the tour, isn't it? Like being able to improve your good weeks. Because I mean,
Joe average, Joey decent every week is just pointless.
So I've got the little highlights here. Oh, God, this doesn't want to work this morning. This is when you don't become prepared. I was out. My son goes to speech therapy on a Thursday morning, so I got back here about, I don't know, 5 minutes before we were supposed to start, and we're not doing too good here. But here's right here. I will try my best to get this back on track. But here we go. So this was you earlier on in the season on the 2 patent deal against Chris. And my computer doesn't really like me doing this. But, yeah, you had the 2 urethanes going. I'm trying to find the bit where possibly the most annoying thing that happens to you.
Oh, it's about to happen now. It just happened there.
Yeah, was it the 7th frame or the 8th frame?
I think it's the 8th frame because it was on the right lane.
There we go. We're getting a Disney Plus advert for free. So you strike, and I know from experience you take it really well when the other guy is the one who makes the random splits. It seems real fair when you can throw it 30 miles an hour.
It seems fair. As mathematically, I should get it out like 99 out of 100, but I never get it. So yeah.
I think never getting it's a little bit of a stretch, but yeah.
It's too hard. You're too strong.
So right now, this match, Chris has got a 17-pin lead. He's going up on the shorter of the 2 patterns with his crutch. There we go.
And that one hooked about it.
No, that wasn't the frame. It must have been the 6th frame.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, you're right. You're right.
So here it is.
He was trying to give it the business there on that right lane, and he did the whole game.
Yeah, it was real cool that he ran out of 240s after he lost to you.
Well, it started about right there where it started hooking a panel sooner all of a sudden.
There we go. So the match is about to become really close. I wish we could have just permanent Osku cam on this because I know there'd be a roll of the eyes and just a shake of the head.
More than likely. I didn't give it the clap, I don't think, but close.
I think a standard for me and you is, well, that's fair.
Probably a small thumbs up. Good job.
So Chris is clearly going for this properly and misses it by a mile, but no, it doesn't matter. There we go.
Yeah. Well, on his defense, that's where you want to make the big 4 on GSX. I guess he was going for that.
If that's what, obviously.
That is the hit.
Oh, dear. And he gets a standing ovation for missing the spare by a whole pin. There we go.
No, he did it. He made it.
Boom.
Centered it.
That might be his best shot ever on TV.
Runs it out like a boss. Oh,
no,
God.
that was just not paying attention because it wasn't close enough to watch. Off my hand, like whatever. Right.
So, yeah, it ended up being, I think, it went down to the 10th frame. Really good match. We were watching in the back.
On his defense, he threw them really good in the 10th, though.
Yeah, I mean, you both turned up in the 10th frame and put up.
I got lucky in the first of the 10th, but that was really good.
He got one little break back there at the beginning that made me feel a little better about my 10 pins. He turned.
But next game live at the center at the ITRC was not fun.
No,
I'll tell you that. I know I had more than 210 in the next game too.
Yeah.
That little thing where it went high, moved 2, and went high, moved 3, and then it went high and high and high. And I was dead.
But you get there often enough, they will go your way too.
Yeah, I don't know who. I don't need to see a best hits of things that have gone wrong for me on TV. It's only an hour show, so
I'll be honest. We were in the back, and this for once isn't actually a dig. We really weren't thinking that a double in the 10th, because this week the short pattern was miles more difficult than the long pattern.
Oh, it was? You didn't tell me.
Come on now. This was one of the weeks where they got it sort of like it was almost a house shot on the left lane, and the right lane was like, if you did the right thing, it could be easy, but at the same time, it wasn't necessarily.
No, you're right there, Stuart. The short wasn't as normally it is on short and long, or long, short and medium, or whatever.
Yeah, it seems like it's not as easy. I just feel like the PBA, when we do the longs are always like way easier than they should be. Like when it's 2 pounds.
Except when it's shark, when it can be anything.
Well, in Jonesboro, they could put down house on both lanes, tell us it was short and long, and we don't believe them.
Yeah, it might be the hardest house pattern. That pro-am is always hard.
Yeah.
It is slick.
Oh, we got an ad in 3 seconds. Damn it. Tell you what, the PBA are making slapping the adverts in these pretty good. I hope our adverts are coming in that frequently, Chris.
Yeah, well, maybe not.
I guess it doesn't matter if we only have 100 people watching them. But so that was that. Chris took care of you there. That was cool. And then fast forward, you and Dom went separate ways, and then ended up playing each other on TV in the doubles.
Yeah, that worked out well too for me. Lost by 1.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It was Simonson. Did he need a double to beat you guys? Was that how it worked out, or did he need spare?
I remember exactly. Oh, he needed a spare strike, I think. Nice spare strike, I think.
Yeah, I think he flat 10'd, and then he went up and he did what Simonson does and made.
I think Dom told me that he thought he needed it, but then he counted up again, and then we're still gonna win. Yeah,
that's cool. Do you remember that one time when we bowled in Vienna and Suhong?
Yeah, Suhong.
That's one of the greatest stories ever.
Mikael Luoto, he needs strike 3 or something stupid. He goes strike and then plastic through the face, strike.
Because he thought he'd already won, so he threw his plastic down and he kind of did like the Asian spinner thing right down the middle and struck. And then he come back and he looked at the scores and he's like, frantically apologizing to Mika Luoto that he just beat him, just flicking it down.
He thought he needed like 5 or 6, and he threw it straight at the headpin, and then he needed strike 2 or something stupid.
Yeah, and he got the strike to beat him with the plastic ball. That was nice. And being as Mika's Finnish, he took, Finnish people and British people take those things in quite the same way.
Yes. I'm sure Christopher there would take it the same way.
Speaking of maybe your most famous shot, I don't know if it should be because you've done a lot of great things, but this shot was off the charts. You reset the bar for trick shots with this one.
I want to add that your wife was there practicing with me when I was practicing that. She was not happy. I never had the chair on the lane at the third bay, but she was slightly dissatisfied with me for that.
Yeah, we were actually moving it on the next lane, weren't we?
Yeah, I had it on the lane left to me because first I thought about what if I put 2 of those on the lane and try and go between them?
Oh wow!
And whatever. But then I went I can't do that because it's too hard to do and it's not as spectacular as something else could be. So I can't do it because regular Joe wouldn't understand how hard that is.
I mean, that chair is like 5 feet down the lane. It's still.
Well, that's the really fun part about it because I kept moving the chair and I kept going to Osku. Me and Ronnie Russell were there, and I go to Osku. I go, "You're clearing this easily." So if you actually watch, I think
you're watching. She says I was.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think that Osku, if you watch the video, he puts the chair there and he's like, he'd never seen it be that far. He had no like visual of it.
No, it was the first time I was on the lane.
Yeah. So
And after that, they have the wooden approaches, so they were slippery as hell. So I was petrified where it's gonna go, but I have a mulligan, and if I hit it, and it's gonna be on not top 10 or something.
The best, I'll be honest, the best part as I saw it was that when we were doing the warm-ups or whatever, Jeff Mark was saying, if you throw the ball straight through the masking unit, you've won. That's it. I'll just give you a 10.
We did, yeah.
He goes, if you walk up and say your trick shot is to throw the ball through the masking unit and do it, he goes, I'll pay for the masking unit.
That was at the Thunderbolt Arena, and with my record in that place, I would have been good with that, especially if it was on fire when you sent it through the masking unit.
Yeah, I remember watching that, and you brought your kids up to have a shot. I think how it worked out, and then Parker did it like
they both get the sympathy points for using their family. I don't know how what a scam.
I remember if you rewatch that whole thing, Norm was on fire with those comments. He was like, "Wow, Parker! Oh my God, you used your kids in a trick shot. We haven't seen that since the last guy."
Norm was pretty funny there.
And then he's like, and then Parker did the pool ball shot, and like they gave Parker almost the same numbers as they gave Osku for throwing it over a chair. And Norm's like in the back, like, okay, for the next shot, I will use this finger and I will clear the pins. And he presses the re-rack button, and it's like, he's like, that was as difficult as what Parker just did, and you gave him a 47 for it. What are you doing?
Yeah, that went from being that, oh my God, to what are you doing? So quickly.
I have to say, a deserving winner.
Yes, I actually agree. That was easily the 50 in the dunk contest, and nobody else got above 40. So
yeah,
sarcastic.
Yeah, Osku ran out of trick shots was the problem. His first 2 or 3 rounds were fantastic.
I gotta give it to Brian Voss. He is phenomenal with those things.
There is nobody better throwing 2 balls at the same time.
No, the 2 hands, and you get them. It looks like normal bowling with both hands.
Yeah,
that's not.
When he does that one where he says he takes the right hand and he says the 2 pin, and he takes the left hand and he says the 8 pin, and he throws them both and he hooks across the front of it and he hits the 2 pin out the way, and then the left hand takes the 8 pin. That's the most insane thing I've ever seen in my life. It's just he spared like two things at the same time, one on each lane as well. One year in Barcelona.
Yeah, he'll do the fly pin on both lanes, stand in the gutter cap, and throw them both around it.
But he doesn't like spare like a single pin. Like he spared like the baby split on one lane, like with his left hand, and it's just like, yeah. I mean, he is. Brian Voss is like he is the master of that.
Learn is pretty good too. By the way, we have a fair amount of our usual crowd in there. So if you have any questions for Osku, be sure to throw it in. There's not much off the table with Osku. You may get any answer, but you know.
Might get a giggle.
Yeah. How about the tournament where Osku picked up the 710 multiple times? Which time?
Yeah, you can't narrow that doesn't narrow it down.
I'm sure you guys have seen the 710 at the TOC when Thomas he called it. That was the first frame of the whole tournament.
Oh yeah.
9 a.m. Bang.
That's still not my favorite one ever though. My favorite one ever was when we bowled together in Naples that one year, and it was for the finals. And one of the other Finnish bowlers goes up. I think it was Manninen. He goes up and he's 710s, and it's like the first shot practice. He's like, oh, and Osku like taps whoever was next to practice out the way, and he goes up. wham! First shot of the morning, spares it. Like, that's when you know that you're only like 22 or whatever, because you probably break yourself in half trying to do that now straight away. First shot.
I'm already broken. Christopher broke me in January.
He broke your will. Did you have the same reaction as I had when he struck out to beat me? Why? Why did you pick on me? I thought we were friends.
To be fair, at least by the time I bowled you, it happened before. Poor Patrick. I hadn't struck in a 10th frame in like my PBA career, and struck in the U.S. Open to beat him. So talk about bad karma. What he did in his life, I don't know. But
to be fair, though, it's like that's one of those things that, like, once you get that narrative, it follows you whether that's true or not. Because in the recent years, you've made TV way less, but have had way more times when it's just like, bang, no problem. Thanks for coming. See you later.
yeah, I was lucky. Well, I mean, lucky or unlucky, but Baker kind of figured out what my cross to bear was. You know, when I really wanted a shot, what I was doing, and I didn't do it a lot to get to TV, so it got kind of hard to figure out what it was. And happened to be on a show somewhere in the like that 6th, 7th, 8th frame somewhere, and that moment where you could take the lead, and they had the camera on the side, and he caught it. And so, you still make bad shots from time to time, but I make a lot.
You've given him like $10 for it?
I thanked him. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So one.
I bought him an extra jumbo jack on one of our coaching trips.
It would, except that was a plastic lane.
Yeah.
So
generally Anna Brunswick one, which is a little thicker than the AMF ones, I believe.
A flying eagle still rules.
It's not better than that trick.
There's more than one person on the earth who can do the flying eagle, though.
Yeah, there's a few that can.
I've actually thought about doing it a few times. I want to expand flying eagle to way further sideways.
Simonson is looking at that. He says that he wants to do it, and like, I think lane 4 and lane 5 have like almost a whole lane between them as a walkway. And he's looking at pinging it across the walkway onto the next lane.
Yeah.
I played around with when we were doing the trick shots all the time, like a giant lily, basically. There you go. The human circus act. I've seen him do some of the most amazing things on a lane. I'm not talking about on the TV shows.
The thing you can do with the 2 fingers, that's maybe more amazing than the. Yeah.
No, it's just timing.
Yeah. Okay.
How many times have you made?
You had your birthday just, didn't you?
Yes, sir. Yeah. 28th. I got to be 39 for the first time. Next year I'll be 39 for the second time.
It's not so bad.
I mean, I hear when you get to 50, you make all the money, Chris.
That's what they keep telling me. Yeah.
They have their own World Series and everything now.
They do, and they have their own big entry fee with their own non added to price fund. But
Love Jones, how many times have you made the 710?
I honestly do not know, but it says all. Stewie, how many?
I think I've made it 5 times.
I can beat that.
Yeah.
No,
I've almost seen you.
I might be the only person on earth who spared the big 4 I think I've probably spared the big 4 30 times, but I've only spared the 710 like 5 times. I think I'm probably in a pretty unique group there.
I guess that means you leave the big 4 way more often than the 710 then.
Fun story. I once made it back-to-back frames in like when I was a junior, like, I don't know, like when I was like 18 or whatever. And everybody's like, "Oh my God." I'm like, my dad's like, "Seriously, you didn't move after the first one?"
My guy, right there.
Here's one of our guys. Oklahoma's finest.
Yep. Hey, Donnie.
He said, "I banked one off my ankle and missed out on the $1,000 for 300 when when he was back with you."
Oh.
That's
Wow.
a bit mean, bit
I
painful.
think I have one of the most unique non-official PBA records. But in El Paso, I made the 710, the Big Four, and shot 300. So in the same tournament.
That sounds like how Dom would end up winning the Qatar Open.
That's just one game.
Yeah, that was that was game 3.
No, Dom seriously made the Big Four or whatever stupid, and then took 7 on the fill ball to make it by 1, and then that was final step 2 or whatever, and then ends up winning the 50 grand or whatever it was. It was so wrong. Cost people gag too.
Over the bar stool was by far the best. Your guy Austin. He also, let me just find Austin is definitely your biggest fan. Osku, the only two-hander enjoyable to watch. There you go, Osku.
I agree.
Man, we just need another 100,000 people who feel that way.
There's my only fan. So the putt senior.
How's your handicap on putt nowadays?
It's high. It's not good.
Here we go. Here's an interesting question for you, Osku. Is the new weight hole going to deprive us of the Osku heater?
I don't know. I'll just have to have another ball, or just a ball for that. On tour, I'll definitely have it. When traveling, it'll be different, but like on tour, I'll definitely have one with a thumb hole.
Is that why you're going with shooting spares two-handed again?
Yes, pretty much. It's just I don't get enough shots thumb in that it's just I'm pretty good spare shooter either way.
Hard going back and forth.
Yeah. So it's just with the thumb getting bigger and smaller, and then just the different shot. But like if it's 37-foot flat like the U.S. Open, but less oil somewhere, then I'll probably drill a ball for just for that. But otherwise, probably not.
Yeah, you. I personally think that you've been much more consistent with your spares once you went to two-handed, and it's also puts a lot less strain on your body.
Yeah, it's just the first few. Like when you get 9, 10 of them in you feel comfortable. You're gonna make them, but it's just obviously it's gonna be more random because it's such a different bowling style.
Yeah, for sure. I just like I say, I just felt like when I've been watching. It feels like when we bowl on tour, it goes through years where you see the same guy all the time. And I feel like me and you, I saw you at quite a lot of tournaments this year.
We were close to each other this year. The last few years, we've been so far that
it's just stupid. I feel like I never see Martin bowl ever.
Yeah, I never see Martin either.
No, it's
only here and there. But I'm next to close to Dom all the time.
Yeah,
and Simonelli and Faulkner, and there's few people that I'm next to every time.
Yeah, I know it is fairly amusing. I mean, the only problem is when you get close to the one guy, and it's just like you guys used to love it that I'd always end up being next to J.R. Raymond, and his kid was having all of the fun of the fair in the bowling center, and I had
That's another one. Christopher, we bowled together at Wayne Webb's one year, where we were watching two other Hall of Famers have fun close by. Walker and Pete, I end up bowling next to them pretty often too.
Yeah,
they provide comedy.
I do think it's really funny when the old guys, who've been out there forever, finally on that particular day just lose their mind. So Pete bowled with Matt Sanders one year at the TOC, and I came and Matt could be in a Nagy contention all the time. If Matt was right-handed, he'd have won the Nagy by now because he doesn't get upset with anybody. He's just super chilled out. He's not.
I think he's fine soon now that Simo broke his career.
So he threw a Brooklyn or whatever, and Pete just started frying out at him that he threw a Brooklyn. And I'm just it's qualified. Who cares? And then Matt turns around and he says, Pete, you beat me by 600. Who cares?
I do actually. I like Matt. I've had a pretty good chat
But it
with
was
him.
like, he goes, and then he finishes off, and Pete's already walked to the next penny. He goes, that's the third time he's had a go at me for getting a lucky strike. Is he serious? He goes, I'm almost in dead last, and he's almost in the top 24. Why does he care? Oh,
Like
dear.
the guy complaining, "Well, I can't throw enough Brooklyns to get in the cut," and then you look at their score and they're 100 off the number.
Nobody can.
Unlucky.
Yeah, it's just bad luck that you're not there.
Although,
I did see one time in Detroit. I mean, Parker never does anything. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't even say,
Where this is going.
he doesn't say a word ever. And I'm bowling next to him in Taylor, and they have the old 2000 system, whatever. And he's finally had enough, and so he like takes his foot and he just kind of probably the lightest tap the three of us had ever done with an intentional purpose to it. It blacks out the screen. Unlucky. Oh, the guy who never does anything finally does one small thing, and of course it shut the whole thing down. The mechanic had to reset it. It took 10 minutes to get the scores back up, the whole thing. I'm like, I felt so guilty for all the bad things that I'd done, but never got any kind of penalty, and that happened.
You don't need to feel guilty for all those things. You make us laugh quite often.
Well, I make me laugh, actually.
Like we just bring popcorn when we go to Oklahoma every time.
Oh my God! Yeah, please. Well, we got anything in the comments here we want to throw up?
who is your least favorite to bowl in match play? Someone who just, who just has your number.
I don't know. I've been asked that before, and I don't have an answer to that myself.
So we get the Weber Cup question that we always get, and the answer, as it always is, no, we don't think women should be involved in the Weber Cup. So we'll just read the log. Hey, they might not even want to be involved. They might say they don't want to bowl. Who knows?
Laugh. Cringe. Hey, on another note, hello from Turkey.
Hello.
How many countries have you bowled in, Osku?
How many countries? I do not know.
Mika likes to keep his own stats. I didn't know if all you Finns just did that kind of stuff. So
No. That would be more a Christopher thing.
I don't know, but I mean, we've probably bowled in less countries than they've managed to get people to vote in the Asian zone when they've got no lanes. So, you know.
I want to say 40 to 50 maybe.
I
don't know. Not that many. 30 to 40.
I think
how many tournaments do you bowl a year? You bowl about as much as anybody I know.
I've bowled the most tournaments of anybody on the world for the last 10 years. Guaranteed. If you go obviously, as a tournament, I count European Tour event or higher.
Yeah, me. Until I moved to the States, me and you bowled everything.
Yeah, we did.
And Paul bowled a lot.
We did, yeah. I don't bowl the decent amount, but yeah, we three bowled. We bowled a lot, and then we've traveled a little further earlier than Dom, and then Jesper came.
He meant a separate one. I mean, if there's a demand for it, cool. At the minute, we're struggling to get any events up, so I don't think they're looking at this moment to add more events. I think it would be a similar type of deal where the American team would come in as fairly strong favorites.
It would have to be the American against the world.
You get that in. In the Asian contingent, I believe.
Well, and South America. I mean, to be fair, it was Sweden against, wasn't it Sweden against Colombia for the gold medal last time at the World Championships? So I think Sweden and Colombia had really good championships. So
Yeah,
Somebody asking, are you planning on bowling the villages?
I am. The one group demographic that doesn't care about coronavirus is old white guys.
Well, they're all gonna die anyway. No,
I can always count on you for an uplifting, spiritual, motivational speech.
And
you
another
did start the show with your spare, so I gotta say something.
Yeah, that's fair. I didn't say it was wrong. I just
with you being in Sweden, what's the mask situation? Are like people wearing masks?
I've not seen I've seen like a few, but no, none. Basically,
Man, we've got a bunch of people who would love to come and move.
yeah, everybody's going crazy
it's
about
like if you really didn't think about it, you wouldn't notice in the real like in normal life here that the store open hours are still, I think, slightly less than normal. But like the kids are in school up till 9th grade. From that on, I think the schools were closed. They were doing it from home, and obviously a lot of people got just no jobs. But like it's way more open than anywhere else. But like like I said, if you didn't think about it, it's almost you can't see it outside. But it's not great.
You can see it here because there's people screaming at each other to wear a mask or why are you wearing a mask? You kind of notice it here.
Yeah,
I've followed the news enough to see that the whole situation in the U.S. right now is really unpleasant.
Yeah, it's definitely not bringing out a community spirit.
All the things that they are scared of with the lockdowns, they're really happening in the U.S. I haven't read about over the other countries, but they're gonna happen, I guess. But U.S., it's really bad.
Here's an interesting question. What do you contribute your success this year to?
Oh, my loving wife to be.
Sometime.
His loving wife to be, and you're still putting it off.
Well, we had a place that was supposed to happen like, 12 years ago, but then that place was taken out. So after that, it has to be perfect. Now it's kind of this point where we're probably going to do it at the town hall. But yeah, it's going to happen. But on a serious note, practice, mentality, and all that kind of, and Ida's old enough that I've actually now feel like I have time for myself too when I'm home.
Do you think that changing company gave you a fresh start? Not necessarily that the equipment was better or worse or different or whatever. It just gave you like almost like a career reset.
It does. Like change is always when you yourself do that change, it's going to help. Obviously, if you're not forced to anything, then it should. And yeah, it helped. But it was on the process already before. Already, I was feeling better. It was just I knew it was going to happen. I'm going to get there, but I don't want to rush it because then it's just not going to be longevity.
What were some of your injuries that you fought through, and do you think you think some of them were common for two-handers, or is it just a product?
Combination. It's a lot of wear and tear and all that. Like it's all the normal criminals, like your back and knee and such. But it's like my wrist. It doesn't do all the things that I could do 10 years ago. But I'm just adjusting to trying to do it the other way. Some things different ways then. And like I said, we mentioned that I've bowled so many tournaments and all that traveling. When you're traveling, the recovery time at least doubles or so. So it just the wear and tear happens. So, but now with all this extra time too, I'm getting in better shape. Obviously, there are going to be things that I can erase and such. And I'm 36, gray hair, so I'm almost 50. But no,
just
for guaranteed for 10 years, I haven't felt this good physically.
Okay, that's great.
And it showed. I thought last year you were starting to bowl again, like what we remember. The first.
Yeah, it's like I said,
7, 8 years on tour.
That hunger is finally starting to be back there. I have time for myself. I'm a perfectionist. Like if I feel I'm not 100%, I'm probably not going to be 100% on the lanes, even in the head. because I don't feel I did deserve it then.
36 is the new 21.
Oh, definitely, Chris. Definitely. Miss you, man.
This is getting far enough away from that he barely remembers 36.
Okay, who's talking?
Oh no, I'm experience on my end, but he put a post about how far away he was from Sasba. So
Yeah.
he's closer to Sasba than he is 36 now. So
Oh no, that's not fair. Not quite.
he's exactly halfway. Actually.
We have a question here from Kelly. How long did it take for me to get used to Columbia balls? Not that long, actually, because Dom made the switch a few years prior to me. And watching all these guys, Billy and all those guys throw the balls, I had a clear clue of what the balls do. And talking to Dom itself, so actually that transformation or the change didn't take long. I felt comfortable with them. But I do have something to ask you, Chris, because it pops up every time we travel, if we see you. When's the last time you talked about your unlucky sort of chain of events with your classes?
Not in some time. Thank you for bringing that.
Do you want to get the recap, Stuart?
Well, there's been a few. I mean, I would say that Chris's Olympic event of the glasses toss has directly gone down with the amount of orange heel use. I would say that those two things are
that is true.
Definitely.
But I still want to hear the particular event where where Steve Jacob did something similar to this.
Yeah.
I still have to say that at the US Open.
That's a commercial. Hang on.
Poor Nathan had the old tape out, trying to put his glasses back together.
Yeah, I had to go. I just recently got newer glasses, and
so when this happens in October, when you break your glasses, who's going to be your go-to guy to fix them?
Well, Nathan did an excellent job.
But he won't be in Leicester.
True.
And I wouldn't. There's a few people in your team I wouldn't really. Yeah.
No, I think. Wow. EJ may have to be my guy.
We haven't told the world that's happening.
Yeah, sorry about that. I guess I missed on Chris's age. He's only 42, so.
And what's it? Jim Stevens was already congratulated for being in the Hall of Fame. I think they were saying that Chris has won 13 Saspas or something, like crazy amount.
Oh, he's won a million of those things. He ran out of people to bowl with, I think, at some point. So because champions can't bowl together. He won with all of them.
You guys bowl together also.
Oh no, me and Chris can't bowl together. Because of the rules that say that two PBA champions can't bowl together.
Similar rules as the.
I'm telling you, there isn't anybody would say, "Oh my God, that's ridiculous. Those two are bowling together." They'd be like, "They think they're gonna win." Rick Benoit, why doesn't Chris have a glasses sponsor? It'd be a natural fit. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, he also threw in something about when you throw the ball.
There we go.
You throw them the way Osku does. The balls do what he wants, or else. So.
Oh, here we go. I saw the glasses get tossed first time Don Carter West back in '99. Well, I guess he's talking about Jim Welch. Told me, CJ, he's really mad right now.
I didn't wear glasses in '99, so that one's not even true. So.
Care about that?
Optograph. No, I had RK surgery. So from 90.
Maybe he meant '89 when you played putt.
That could be, except I wasn't good enough. I wasn't good enough to be bowling tournaments then, and so I would have been mad, but I wasn't very good. So
I do remember seeing this putt skins game where you had glasses on.
Yeah, that was 89. That was I had to wear them again for like basically until I won enough money at the high roller where I could afford to get them up.
I feel older. I was 6 then.
And now I'm old enough that it doesn't, that doesn't work anymore.
I just want you to get the pair of readers like Scroggins had where they open up at the middle.
That's why I got these. I got to the point to where I couldn't read anymore, and I got tired of putting them on and off all the time. And so and I couldn't. Every time I left the 2-pin, I had to look up on the board to see if it was 8 or 9. So if there was a sleeper, probably fine. Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Okay.
Oh, here's a good question, Osku. This is a question for you.
I gotta say, yeah, it was Barney.
The OG's always better.
Yeah, like it was more authentic. Yeah, Seminelli's was okay. It wasn't a bad effort, but it was still kind of like
the thing.
I don't know.
The thing that with Barney's was, you knew Chris's was coming for several frames with like the Stone 8 and the 9-pin, and then the Stone 8 again or whatever. However, the sequence of events was. The one with Simonelli's, it was just like kind of just randomly out of the blue.
Yeah, so just like a wrap 7. So it was like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, wow. That happens every day of the week. But if you're watching the Chris one, you were like, oh, it's going to be this frame. It's going to, oh. Next frame, oh my God, it happened again.
Yep, and then I missed it. And I was bowling Waka, and that was in the 10th frame. The culmination of all events. Another Stone 8, missed the spare on top of being mad already, and then losing the Waka. Yeah.
No comment.
Oh, it's like we talk about you being the strongest bowler. I don't think you are when you're mad. I think
no, I've turned too old. I've seen myself get angry a few times that been taped, and it's just it's not pleasant to see. So I've toned down. I do stuff, but I do it more like.
This is fun. He said, I watched Bob Benoit rip a towel in half like a phone book at Gage Bowl. I watched Tom Hess rip a chamois in half. A towel.
To be fair, Tom is double the size of Bob. So
at least.
Yeah.
Here's Andy Patson. Cross with Osku the 2010. Was a pleasure crossing with him during the 4 days. His wife and my mom had a lot of conversations with us. Osku is such a class act. That was a fun 60 games at the World Series.
Thank you, Andy.
That was, and he's saying it was fun when you had the double squads. 2010 was the wake up at 7, go to bed at like 2 a.m. Oh, you're back on the lanes again at 11.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it got like it was 2 a.m. 2 a.m. the last day, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That was longer and longer.
I think we found a way to have limited fields. Bowling for everyone should involve a bar stool halfway down the lane. Then it'll be a sport.
Agreed, Rick. Agreed.
Yeah.
Go for it.
It'll be a tour of one.
No.
No, there'll be 3 or 4 or 5 of us.
He's making a good point here. He's just making the tour more like it is now because there would be a bunch of lefties who could play around the stool.
Yeah.
You could fluff it around the stool, and then all the two-handers are the only people who could consistently throw it over the stool. The only change would be that EJ would go from being the 2nd or 3rd best bowler in the world to not being, because he might be the worst at lofting it of any really good bowler ever. Like, he's got so many tricks to not loft it that I never understand why he ever lofts it, because it never goes well for him once he starts lofting it a long way down the lane.
It looks funny though.
Yeah, I'm not too good at it either, so I can't judge there.
Oh, I'm not criticizing him in that way. It's just amazing. Like I don't get it. I don't know why he doesn't get frustrated by it. I know Brett's just like this when it happens. He's just like, oh God. Oh, Graham Farr's calling me. I've got to go, EJ.
He's trying to get a check. There we go. When he gets down there.
Far's room key's not working. I've got to get him a new key for the room.
Well, we have 4 of the 5.
That's the way to turn it into a one-person tour.
That would be my approach pretty quickly. How to hit it and make it go sideways and push in the lane. I can finally knock out the corners.
Donnie, can you
He
loft?
does not have a follow through.
With his ball stop.
No, he Rick,
No,
he
Rick.
has his son.
You have enough people that troll you. Why do you have to troll me? I'm 50 years old. I can't move my feet fast enough.
Walter Ray started bowling two-handed when he was.
Don't say you haven't tried.
It's a check doing it one time.
Don't even try and say you haven't tried.
I tried. Terrible at it.
Hey,
Can't do it. I can't move my feet fast enough.
What's your son going on with it? I've seen a few videos of it.
Walter Ray will show you his two-handed game come the seniors when there's some oil there for him. He'll put you in your place.
Walter's
I don't know how he does
rev
it with the
rate.
wrist thing. Walter Ray has his wrist thing on. I don't know how he does it.
His rev rate with 2 hands is still about what mine is with 1. I'll take my chances. I'm throwing it sidearm down there. I get why he does it, but yeah, that's
I gotta give it to him. He's fairly reasonably accurate doing it, actually.
I'm actually very stunned that somebody that basically didn't start until he was 53, 54 years old. He actually throws it pretty good doing it.
That's pretty good. And like I said, like he has the wrist support thingy on while doing. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I could never do that way.
Right. Okay. Well, we're coming up to the hour. 52 minutes. Let's see if we can wrap this up in an hour. Osku, we're gonna have 10 questions for you.
Oh.
I'll go first. Who's your favorite roommate?
Depends on the week. In general, probably Dom.
Oh,
Oh,
this face.
No. Trust me, he has his
So
moments.
disappointed with that answer.
Trust me, Dom has his moments when I want to fucking kill him.
oh dear.
But like I'm not that picky. I can stay with anybody.
Like I feel like we have a pretty good deal with me,
Yeah,
Dom,
we're pretty good.
Martin, and Osku.
Yeah.
We just
So we switch it up every week. It's just because, yeah. I couldn't do what you do with Mika
no.
together. I can't do that. We have wives for that.
Yeah.
Still not married.
Practically married.
No.
There, the cheap seats coming in hot. I like it. Hi, Veronica.
Ah!
I could hear Tina laughing in the other room.
She's yelling loudly from the corner, though.
Yeah, I do.
She's in the Nordic corner.
You made her sit in the corner?
Yes.
Don't put baby in the corner.
Yeah, nobody puts baby in the corner.
No, Nordic corner.
So speaking of roommates, what's your pet peeve?
I don't know.
We
Try
never.
to finish.
What's that?
No, I don't know. I don't know.
You mean you're not going to say?
No, I really don't know. Stu's probably got a better answer to that.
I think whatever our roommate, our pet peeves would be, it would probably just be Dom. What's my pet peeve? Dom.
Well, since she's there, finish this sentence. My future spouse gives the best.
Neck
Why?
massage. Neck massage.
Good save. All right. The most rebellious thing you did as a teenager.
When I'll go a little even younger. I was about 6 or 7, and they had these sticker books He-Man sticker books, and I stole 1,000 marks of my mom's wallet in the morning. Went and bought the thing for 300. Had 700 left. Hid them in my bed, and later on the day, the cashier, because they knew me, they called my mom and said, "Why did he come and buy all these things?" I said, "Oh, he did." So my mom came to me and said, "Did you steal money from me?" "No." "Did you steal money from me?" "No, no, 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 no." She found them in the bed, though.
Bet that didn't end particularly well for you.
Probably not.
My wife has one of your pet peeves. She says he doesn't like birthday cake smeared on his face.
Martin does not know.
He goes Vienna, right?
No, Oscar's birthday is in November.
Mine is no. Veronica and Linda have the birthday same day. They had the party in Vienna, but yeah.
Martin is in August.
Martin's in August. I thought you
January.
said Martin. Martin, we were at Mika's place once, and he got a birthday cake to his face.
This is good.
American style.
Rod says, when the wife sits in the interview to make sure he says nice things about her.
Yeah.
You don't understand.
But I don't have a filter with her. But she doesn't either with me, so it's fine.
Stewie, you know me. I can be bad sometimes.
She's left-handed, so
I still think that my favorite thing that ever happened was when we were driving down the strip about 15 years ago, and Veronica said something. Oscar said, "That's not right in English," and I go, "No, she was right." And Veronica's like, "Thank you."
Yeah, that might happen.
yeah, the poor woman here, she's not right too often, so she's happy
Oh,
when she's
shut
right.
up! I am.
Oh dear.
You know we're only supposed to think that, right? You're not supposed to say that.
There's no filter sometimes.
Yeah. His wife's watching, my wife's commenting. We're all in trouble now. Thanks. We've asked this to a bunch of people. What's one shot you would like back?
I don't know. Nothing really comes to my mind. Probably, I don't know.
Good for you.
I mean, World Open it's a positive one. Like, I want to do something that I've done again to get that feeling again.
That's a different question. The one you want to replay over and over.
He gave us the Belmo answer.
Yeah, I never throw a shot. Got it.
I didn't say that.
No.
I just forget them. I forget them.
Yeah, that was
too many.
No, actually, it wasn't Belmo. It was Dom. Dom was the one. He said, "I don't look at it that way." Cool.
No, honestly, I don't know. I don't think I forget them. There's too many of them.
Thanks for the ratings boost. Appreciate it. Next, you're going to tell me you'll save your $1 million if I gave you $1 million. There you go. That's the one we can use. If I give you $1 million, what would you do with it?
If you gave me $1 million, I would put it to bank.
There we go. The Tang answer. God, I wish you guys would kill yourself saying things like that. Just come up with something fun.
We can't all have millions like you used to. We have to, if I had $1 million before, I would spend it, but I have to use it. Put it
Hey,
to work.
Veronica, I know how he'd spend that $1 million.
Yeah.
Celebrate good times. Come on.
No. That one, she goes to bed 10 nowadays. 2 drinks, too much.
Yeah.
Kelly with some advice for life. Oh no, Oscar, don't ever say that.
Which one?
I think that was about her being wrong.
But so now she's fine with it because she knows I'm actually right most of the time.
I just think so.
Oh my God, that hole's getting deeper.
We can have an argument about it all day. You could be wrong anyway.
So I feel like we need to ask you this question. We've asked a couple of the guys on tour, and Stu and I are really interested because we don't have, it's no problem for us. But if you were able to make a boy, what would you name him?
Yeah, I don't know. I'll think of it when it happens.
Okay.
No, it probably would be Alexander or something like that. A family name. Yeah. I know what you're saying.
We asked that to Rash, being as he's on his third girl.
I think he popped out now.
Yes.
Yeah, 2 weeks or a week ago. Less than that.
Oscar has a show
so on a lighter note,
like there's nothing else to do for 4 months. You gotta find something from somewhere. So you gotta have fun.
Speaking of kids, what do you do to embarrass your kids?
Give her a kiss.
Yeah, in public.
Our 8 or 9 year old teenager, she does not like to be kissed on the face anymore.
PDA by the parent.
Or we start dancing or doing something she does that she doesn't know of. Or just, well, she is a teenager now, so I'll just start nagging the way she does, and she goes, "Dad, stop!" But you do it; it's fun.
See, Chris's answer is different. If he wants to do it, he just live streams him on like a shot of hell.
Yeah, we bowled on a 33-foot Sydney that the gutter didn't hook. It was like bowling in Jonesboro. When my son had never seen. He's bowling two-handed now, and he'd never bowled on a shoot pattern before.
I've seen he's come somewhere actually recently.
Yeah, his improvement has been startling.
Oh no. Think we need a family TikTok.
Linda, you definitely don't. My daughter's addicted to that thing. You definitely don't.
Oh,
I'd love to see Osku dancing in a family TikTok. I think that's a great idea.
I tried, but they don't want to.
It's 6 p.m. Give me 4 hours. And adult beverages.
Oh, Linda's saying from Osku. No, Linda. We need you to come up with the family TikTok.
Hey. No. Here we go again. Commercial time.
Oh dear.
Stuart, do you have the meme I did once at the Open?
Oh, I don't think I have it right now. No.
I wrote film Christopher for one frame because, well, funny stuff happens when he bowls. We'll see if you can see this. One frame, and I got it in perfectly.
I feel like that should be on the App Store.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, that's great. We saw it.
Got one. He's got his own. So, okay. Do we have any more, Chris?
Yeah, Rick wants to know. I'm kind of have to take offense to this, I guess. How come the strong guys can't have boys?
I'm not strong, but I can't have a boy either.
I'm pretty sure Rick's pretty strong, and I'm pretty sure he's got 2 boys.
Well, there's that. Yeah. Yeah, we have a couple more. Okay, the dumbest way you've hurt yourself.
It's probably about punching something, kicking something.
I know what Dom's answer to that is.
Me too.
Well, actually, he's got 2. I don't know what's going to be the number 1. Was punching Oscar in the balls and feeling the wrath? Was that number 1?
Yeah. So when you get punched in the nuts, is it okay to like hug the guy and then jump on a bed? That's fine, right? Reasonable.
I don't think it was a full-on punch to the balls on purpose.
No, but there was a hand, there was balls, and there was touch. It wasn't cursing, no.
And then 30 seconds later,
it would have been wrong in my books too, anyway. But yeah, it was I gave him brotherly love, jumped on a bed with him here, and the fragile guy just broke.
Crack
But
rib.
I'll say too, after that he made his career, so I think I helped him.
I mean, he also was pretty good after he threw himself off a quad bike.
Yes. So he needs to hurt himself more.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bad one. All right, and last one. I know you're a little bit of a creature of habit. So, any superstitions?
Yes. I need to have my routines. I do need to have my morning shit and such, and probably pre-tournament shit. Wipe the ball the same way, and just all this the regular bowler superstitions.
Well, nobody knows.
But I don't have any
thing.
like with the cast or anything like no. It's just more of routines.
Osku wakes up about 18 hours before the squad's supposed to start and goes to the gym. Then he has breakfast without any of us. Then he comes back just as we're leaving for breakfast, and that's when the routine begins with the where he takes his
3 hours.
No, the shit happened before. Then we leave, and then one more at the center probably.
Vibeke says, I remember Oscar hurting his arm on a boxing machine in San Marino.
Might have happened.
Okay, well, yeah. I think
All right.
entertained to say the least. Thanks for your time.
No, of course. I'll go and play paddle tennis again in an hour, so it should be fun with Johnny and a few others.
Busy day.
It is 6 p.m. I should be working now.
Well, thanks again for everybody for showing up. Anything else you'd like to say on the way out, Osku?
No, I just hope everybody stays safe and healthy, and we finally get through this stupid thingy.
I agree. So.
Everywhere.
Pretty much. No holds barred here, including on the host. So
yeah. I'm going to be bowling this weekend in Houston, so look out for a couple of live videos from Houston. Maybe some videos in the qualifying because there's going to be a bit more space in the bowling center. We've gone to 2 squads for social distancing, so that's a positive. I commend Omar for pivoting and trying to make the tournament fit for what we need to do. There might also be some late night action going on, so keep an eye out for that. And then, of course, we've got Chris and the Coffee Morning on Tuesday afternoon. Yeah, thanks, Kelly. Appreciate you.
Is that the what was that?
That's when I got hustled by Cortez.
I saw 3 frames of that. You were enjoying your time.
Yeah, that was like they're gonna throw a few shots and go, and they just kept bowling and bowling and bowling. I'm like, oh, they must not be very easy because these guys are rapid fire trying to get more shots in.
There you go. They need to bring out the shitstorm. Oh, sorry. And then hopefully he's improving his action game. No action if you average 162.
No, you can get plenty of action if you average 162. They line up.
So he was sandbagging.
No, I turned up with 3 balls that were all basically the same. And
idle, phase 2, and what?
Well, it was phase 2, Axiom, and the Omega Crux. So they were all pretty strong. And then I assumed we were just going to bowl on what I bowled on last time when we were in there. And then Cortez says, no, we went with the flat shot from the team event at Nationals, where I had my full arse and I still only managed to shoot 603. And Cortez had a plethora of urethane balls to get going with. So that was sweet, awesome, sexy.
Some of the non-urethanes look like urethane balls. I don't know.
He did. He was quite nice about it, though. He did change ball every game.
Is it better now afterwards?
I don't know. Best max out.
Yeah, he missed the early part. He did not like it at all.
No, but yeah.
And had it been reversed, I would have felt exactly the same way he did.
Well, I'm not sure that's fair, because at least Osku's would have been like, well, these things happen. He does throw at the speed of light.
No, that's not how I would have looked at it at all.
It was worse that he shot like 110 the next game.
Yeah, that doesn't help. I did. I shot the equivalent of 114 or whatever. Yeah, it was.
No, I got lucky there in the 10th too, but yeah, it is what it is. And you threw them great in the 10th.
But no, it was watching. Yeah, Cortez changed the balls that he got out the trash. Oh dear. Okay. Well, we're losing our chance to get sponsored by bowlingball.com. So,
well, I don't know. I think you promoted him pretty well. Anyway. All right. Well, on that
Why did you turn red, Stuart?
What?
Stuart, why did you turn red?
Oh, because it's hot in here. I'm too cheap to keep the aircon.
On that note, as you see the sponsors scrolling across the bottom, please support them. And once again, we'll be back on Tuesday with another show. Tuesday pot games. Look for Stu this weekend, live streaming the NDO holiday tournament down in Houston. And until then, thanks, Osku, for coming on.
No problem. Thanks, guys.
Stay safe. Stay healthy.
You know what that means in England, right?
What's that?
Has Stuart not told you what that means in England? That. Then you probably should Google it. Yeah, you probably should Google it.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys.
Take care, guys.
See you guys.
Good.